Conduit actually seems like she'll add a fun aspect to Apex. Hey, what is up? Kayla here, back with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Conduit, her lore, her abilities, everything that's coming with the new season that we are getting very soon, and also some potential future leaks. First things first, I did want to say sorry we have a bit to catch up on. Work's been a bit busy for me, and I also got sick and lost my voice last week, but we're all good now, so let's go ahead and jump right in. New legend for Season 19 of Apex Legends is going to be Conduit. Her real name is Rowena. She's 27 years old. She is Filipino, and she has a heavy Titanfall 2 background. We saw all of this in the story from the Outlands that came out for her. The armor that she wears is indeed pulled from a Titan. She's seen being a big fan of Seer and kind of follows how he interacts with quote-unquote fans. Based on what we've seen, it seems like her personality is kind of a combination of like Lifeline, Rampart, and Horizon kind of all mixed together. I'll be completely honest with you, Conduit's story from the Outlands kind of made me super emotional. I'm a very like wear my heart on my sleeve kind of person, so the empathy is strong. She seems like she'll fit the lore dynamic well, and honestly, to me, it's kind of a nice change from like the moody backstories and lore videos we've been getting recently from Apex. It's kind of like refreshing in a way. That's what I personally enjoyed about it. Now let's get on to Conduit's actual abilities. So her passive is going to be called Savior's Speed. It basically gives her a quote-unquote permanent speed boost when running towards a teammate further than 50 meters away. Kind of similar to Bangalore's passive, but used in a different way. You don't have to run straight towards a teammate with this ability, and it doesn't break when you're taking damage, but it does break when you're looking away from a teammate. Now her tactical is going to be called Radiant Transfer. There's going to be an 8-second charge up where to heal 20 shields for a teammate, or it can alternatively heal 10 for Conduit herself. After the charge up, Conduit and her teammate will keep the healed shields for about 21 seconds. Taking damage will pause the heal. It has a 50-meter range and can be used through any obstacle as long as the teammate is within line of sight. There is a status bar that is shown on the teammates as well. If the player you're healing gets knocked, then the status bar will go away. If Conduit gets knocked, the status will still remain on any teammate that she applied it to. There's a 29-second effective cooldown, and honestly, it can be spammed if you want to. Her ultimate is going to be called Energy Barricade. It fires 7 shield jammers that slow and damage enemies. Each jammer has a large field. When enemies enter that field, it slows and cancels sprint and slides, as well as dealing 10 damage per tick. Each jammer has 250 HP and they'll stay up for 1 minute. These jammers can be blocked by Gibby Bubble and Rampart barriers. They can be placed all sorts of different ways by looking in different directions. So yeah, that's going to be it for Conduit's abilities. Conduit honestly overall seems like she'll be a pretty fun legend to play. She doesn't seem like kind of my type of legend personally, as I feel I'm like the majority. I like to play the fast, pushy characters. She may add a specific aspect to the game that will like truly set a team up. You know, in typical Apex matches, you have like your fragger, your anchor, and I refer to it as a support or fill role. I know there's a specific term for it. It's leaving my head right now. Sometimes I guess referred to as like second fragger, re-entry. I feel like she will help really put like those team-based roles into fruition. As in, I really feel like she would be good for like anchor players or that sort of thing. I want to know how you guys feel about Conduit so far. I believe we should be getting the gameplay trailer next week, so we'll get to see a bit more of Conduit in action. Now let's go into some of these Storm Point changes. So far from what we've seen, over 80% of the map is completely changed, and I am very excited about this as Storm Point was never my favorite map. So I'm really excited to see the changes that are coming. So the first thing I want to talk about is going to be the Watson Town takeover. This is going to be called the Pylon, and it will be replacing Antenna. The center of the POI is a giant charge tower. There are tons of Easter eggs around. The layout is similar to what it was before, but a bit different. Moving on, we have Zeus Station, which is replacing High Point at the very north side of the map. The jump tower is indeed staying. There's a quote-unquote new area referred to as Jurassic. This is the area of Storm Point where the Prowler nests primarily were. Prowler nests have been completely removed from the map. We have Devastated Coast, which is where Fish Farms was. There's a lot more areas around the map to play around with. We also have the Coastal Camp, which is where the ship fall was. All of the changes to Storm Point have been said to make the map feel very different, which honestly is great news to me. Now let's get on to some other changes that have been released so far. So the Wingman will be going into the care package. This is a very debatable decision, but it's basically like the Season 0 Wingman, which was insane, by the way. I never personally got to use it. I just saw clips, but also there were changes to the respawn system. So you'll spawn with the armor that you died with and the weapons that you died with. However, the weapons that you died with will come with no attachments. And if you died with a care package weapon, you will not receive that weapon back. You also get 2 stacks of ammo for this weapons. This makes respawning very, very interesting. And I feel it'll honestly change the whole dynamic of the game. I will definitely be carrying a mobile respawn beacon with me now. Now, another thing that did come out the new season is an update to custom matches will potentially be coming out to hopefully make them better. We're unsure completely what this is going to mean, but kind of guessing hopefully you'll be able to do like a full custom match by yourself and one person, like that sort of thing. Because at this point in time, you can only really do custom matches if you have a group of people with you. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. Please let me know what you guys think on Conduit, her lore, her abilities, her personality. How do we think we're going to like the Storm Point changes, the custom match update? I want to know what you guys think and how y'all feel about all these things. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to tell somebody you love them.